A lot of it comes down to some specific rounds, and if you win them, you can pretty have a good half either way, no matter if you're on one or the other side.
Yeah, it does seem, I mean, it's still a little bit T-sided, I think, but we have seen teams throughout this tournament actually go pretty hard on the CT side, but those are usually like the CT dominant teams that are just like, well, if you give it to us, we're actually just going to completely destroy you. But now we're off to a very quick start again. Fnatic want to make some noise over here. Envy actually going for a hard counter to any kind of rush. They've got 4 players set up on the B site, but this is all part of Fnatic's plan. That's why they're stomping around. They just want to let Envy know, a couple people are over here, be wary, don't rotate over to A site quite yet.
Yeah, and I would say this is kind of a default setup for pretty much both teams, actually. So no really big tricks being thrown out. You see flushes all the way out in that A courtyard by the statue, really trying to make sure no one's sneaking around. And they're letting all of Meister play his games over here. So no sort of major tactical switch from what we normally see right now. And I mean, that could also be a way for everyone to sort of normalize the situation. So let's try to do what we know really well and not throw anything weird, like Fnatic did in the first half pistol on Mirage.
This is a total game of chicken. You know, who's going to crack first? Who's going to take the risk to peek for info? And neither team is willing to make that mistake. Envy are perfectly happy to just sit and wait. And, well, Fnatic are just doing the same. Now, however, the clock is going to force Fnatic's hand down to 35 seconds, and it will be going on to the A site. And Kenny already drops Olafmeister down to 1 HP and gets the second headshot. Overkill for Kenny to start things off here in the pistol. Pronax is also going to be applying the pressure. He gets the dink onto Kenny, but Apex is here and already doing damage, taking out Crims, and he's still alive. Up close, catches Pronax with the peekaboo, and now it's just falling apart for Fnatic.
Beautiful round here so far. Flusher and JW trying to bring it back in, but Flusher is trapped in there, trying to see if he can fight his way out, and did a little bit there. That was such a good round, and I've got to say, the really wonderful thing about Kenny's position here is that, first of all, okay, he can get the headshot, but even if he doesn't, he spots them from so far away. It's going to buy a lot of time, and he has Apex on the cross, so he can see if anyone's coming in from the long way around. He's actually very safe in this position. You see he's got the guy by SWAT truck as well there, so he's covered from his left-hand side. He can see them coming and call for backup, and already you can tell here by the replay, the rest of Envy are already rotating in there right there. So even if they go down in that bomb site, backup is going to be there quick. It's a very smart idea for Envy.
I'm a little surprised that Pronax was so determined to take that fight with Kenny, given Apex was right around that corner. But this is similar to what happened on Mirage, Anders. Strong start for Envy. Now can they actually keep their cool and keep this going for them? Will we see that 5-1, that similar score again? Or will Fnatic just be able to shut them down here? I mean, no bomb plant for Fnatic, but this time no risks taken by Fnatic either. No Kevlar, no nades, just a little bit of money spent on the pistols. So there's still a threat to Envy, but it does seem like Fnatic might be wanting to get up to those AWPs fairly quickly here if this is the game plan. Or, you know, just cross their fingers and hope they get a plant so they can buy in the next round.
It would be a big benefit if they could manage something like that. I mean, if Fnatic showing a lot of restraint here early on, normally this would actually be the round where you go for the pistol armor. But Fnatic making it work anyway. Crims taking down Kenny. Those are all of the SMGs and the 1 shotgun gone. All they have left are the 2 rifles here in play, and that is the risk of buying all these SMGs. Sometimes you just don't have sufficient firepower to actually make it work. Apex is sneaking in. I think he did spot the player down there. Crims sneaking through.
We need to go to JW at this point, because JW should be trying to close in on Crims. I mean, on Apex, if Crims spotted him, and there we go. Apex will get the kill, but now that's confirmation. Bomb is still waiting around B site, though. 15 seconds left. What are Fnatic doing? Are they really waiting for Kiyoshima to over-rotate? No, this is not an elementary mistake. This is not going to work. Kiyoshima locks down Olafmeister, and now the bomb, only 10 seconds, and Kiyoshima gets the kill. That's it. The round is won. Fnatic have no way of coming back in this. Sure, you get the kill on Apex. This is going to be very expensive for Envy, but Kiyoshima, with his patience and his experience not to rotate off early, just saves the round for Envy.
And maybe a bit of a disjointed, I mean, JW's thinking up behind. I think you're absolutely right. That was a really good idea. And Crims maybe could have made a bit more noise over an age to actually force Kiyoshima out. As long as they don't hear anybody else there, why would they, you know, try and force too many people out there? Bit of a shame for Fnatic. Good save by Envy at the end, and ultimately still a very expensive round for them. And Fnatic are going to be excited. JW going for the sawn-off shotgun in an official game in a major tournament here. A little bit bold, maybe. Look at that. He's gone already, but Crims with a refrag, big kill.
Happy sticking around a little bit too long there. They are going to try and pressure this Fnatic. The flash into drop. Olafmeister tries to put some pressure on Plateau as well at the same time. And the 4-on-4 does work out in the end. So Fnatic, they have the chance to actually pick up a second rifle here if they do decide to commit to drop, and they just might. Not sure if Apex made noise, but he's actually going to trade places with Olafmeister. There you go. Perfect headshot onto Olaf, and the fadeaway as well. He gets out of it scot-free, and that's so important now. Envy have the man advantage.
Did Olaf not have a rifle? Or did Apex not pick it up? I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he was so determined to get out of there quick. Kiyoshima's almost gone, and Pronax has actually stolen this sawn-off shotgun. Going to try and check as many corners as he can. They still have time on the Fnatic side here, about 49 seconds. Going to see if they can make their way back from this 3 versus 4. And actually, it is kind of like 2 versus 3 as Kiyoshima and NBK are almost gone. But in Counter-Strike, even 1 health is going to be enough sometimes. Apex revealing his position, missing a couple of shots, and he ends up going down. Trading, though. Kiyoshima in the back lines. Perfect position. 29 seconds left. Almost takes down 1. Crims now with a triple and looking for the ace, but not going to get it. Kenny and NBK, they hold on. And Envy going to win that round.
Now, these rounds are so very expensive for Envy. Man, they're losing so much at the beginning of it as well. Happy actually committing to, he gets the first kill, and this is sometimes, you know, I mean, you just have to go for it. If it's a star player, he's just like, you know what, I'm actually just going to get that spray down, that highlight reel moment. But sometimes that comes back to bite you. He hung around a little bit too long, and that did lead to things getting a little bit too complicated for his team at the beginning of that round.
And Fnatic showing some restraint here and actually not forcing up one more time. And I think Envy would have probably bought this round. You get 2 rounds like that where you're down to 1 or 2 people. Happy still sticking around. They're actually not worried about the Molotov. So pretty good judgment call. Pronax also taking a bit of grenade damage, and Fnatic not really too much equipment this round. Looks like they're going to get shut down.
And NBK decides to hold his ground. He's down to 24. Kenny takes out Flush. In the meantime, that was over in mid. Apex dunks a nade on Pronax. That drops the bomb carrier. And now Olofmeister is pretty much on his own. 1v5. No real hope of getting a bomb plant. So all he can do at this point is try and get Envy to spend a little bit more money by lurking out a kill. He's got plenty of time to do it as well. And this also gives time, at least a little bit of time for Pronax to start reviewing what needs to happen in this next crucial round here for Fnatic when they're going to be able to afford the rifles.
4-0, but just to sort of remind everybody, they did start a 5-1 against Fnatic on Mirage. So even though it looks pretty convincing right now, we've got to just remember a little bit that Fnatic are a team that can make it back pretty big. Still, I am excited. It does seem like Envy's more fired up. Still, Apex leading the charge here, but I mean, Kenny's close by. Happy also helping out, so maybe a bit more consistency here, and not just one player. 5th round coming up. It's AKs for Fnatic, and not a single AWP in play yet.
Smoke. A bit of an indirect smoke as well. This is, I mean, an anti-rush setup here for Envy in case Fnatic wants to go for the risk of getting out here on a plateau very quickly. Envy, they're already prepared for it, and now Kiyoshima, he's even got that pop flash locked and loaded if he wants to get it out there in case Fnatic try to push through the smoke for some reason, try to set something up. And so now, well, it comes down to whether or not they decide to commit. I mean, both teams, again, it's very similar to the beginning of this, although as I say that, it looks like Apex just got caught out of position somehow. Went for a peek and underpass and paid for it. Flusha was there, and now Kenny having to take the risk to bring it back, and he actually wins the duel, but then Flusha with the perfectly timed nade returns that frag, retains the advantage for Fnatic.
Really, really good job. And we'll see if Kiyoshima's position here is actually going to be paying off. He's got some help as well. NBK right nearby, and the bomb is making his way back. Happy the sole defender on A, which means for the moment, Envy have done a good job at positioning themselves. And kind of as I say that, NBK is charging on out here. And this could be a really big problem. Did they hear something that made them think it was going to be an A push? Kiyoshima going to be dead. Yeah, JW just not a fair fight with the shotgun there. And NBK and Happy should probably try and save what they have here.
I agree. I mean, NBK still, I mean, if he can get one more kill here, I mean, it's still very risky, the fact that he wants to take this. But if NBK's got the confidence to take the fights with Olofmeister and win them, more power to him. He is going to get caught here by JW, but the smoke is down, and actually he has a way out of this. JW, I think, was close enough to hear that reload, though, but JW actually goes in with the shotgun. Only this guy. He had an AK, but guess what? I'm actually going to make a little bit more money on my off time. He had a second job, Anders. You know, he's got a rent to pay. So go ahead, get that $900 in your pocket, JW.
Yeah, that was very impressive indeed. Just making the most out of the round, and he's going to need it as well because he's going to have to rebuy everything here. Happy taking him out, and that's going to be 4-1.
And that's the whole import here, is that Happy gets that extra frag. That's what they were looking for. They want to make sure that somebody here on Fnatic is spending all of their money, that they can't just full drop across the board and maintain a certain level. Envy have the money to full buy themselves, so yeah, this is the key round right here, Anders.
Yeah, 4-1. I do want to point out that initial position that Kiyoshima was holding over by the plateau is only really good early in the game. If Fnatic start getting a lot of money, they're going to be buying Molotovs a lot more than they have now, and they'll check that corner with Molotovs. And so I just want everyone to keep an eye on that. If Kiyoshima goes back there again and again, eventually he's going to be fired out, and that could be lethal.
And he'll get roasted. Forward position being held by Flusha, though, and Apex is in a very close spot as well with Kenny there to support. This is a bit of a bait and switch, a 1-2 combo. Kenny would draw the attention, and then Apex would be there as well. And the steps away is what draws Flusha out, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Either Kenny misses the shot, or he draws Flusha out into the open, and they bring it back to a 4-on-4. But Fnatic, in the meantime, Flusha was alone. They're going to go out onto this B side, and Olofmeister in his favorite spot on the map, ready to do work.
Nice grenades in on the one side, double grenade down towards MBK, and he's down to a bit half health. Kiyoshima's already down on that plateau, and Olof sneaking around, and he's going to catch MBK. He's trying to hide behind the pottery there. It's going to be happy to drop JW, and back into a 2 versus 3 there. Apex going down, Kenny and Happy, they got to get back in this. The bomb is planted, and they do have no health left at all. Olof looking for the shot here, switching between Burst, and Pronax is going to be the one cleaning up. And that's the second round here for Fnatic, back-to-back, leaving Envy in a very tricky spot. And that's where those early rounds come into play. They lost so many rifles, Envy, that 2-round losses, and they're going to have to eco.
Yeah, exactly. And these flashes, man, they're so... Like, MBK doesn't even know where he's getting shot from at that point. He's just turned away, hoping that he's going to regain his vision at some point. You got to give it to Olofmeister as well. Half-flashed. The key fight right there where he's holding onto that side. He's half-flashed, and he still gets the headshot on the CT man pushing through up onto him. I mean... Olaf now, you know, contrary to Mirage, where he was almost rocking a 007, a Bond, now he's actually, you know, hit the ground running here in Cobblestone. You can already see the difference that that's going to make early on here for Fnatic. If he's here to lead the charge, and he's also your plateau man, that one spot that's so important on this map, Anders.
Yeah, well, I think we've referred to him a couple of times as sort of a specialist player on that plateau, and it seems like almost every team has one because it's such an important position. Someone has to try and play it. Bit of a stack going on here for Envy in the B-bomb site. See if Fnatic have a way of figuring this out. So far, they are approaching this round very, very carefully. Not want to give anything up early.
Now, well, Envy are kind of getting in the middle. They aren't quite sure where this is going to go. They want to have a stack wherever Fnatic decide to commit with the bomb. I mean, the bomb currently is waiting outside of A. There will be 2 players here for Envy ready to greet them. Apex getting very close to the exit of Underpass as well, up to that slope. And both of them, in fact, Kenny is here to support him as well. Both of them are on different angles. So there's the flash. This one is actually supposed to work onto Apex, but he was turned away, and now they know the game is up. There's the first shot by Crims. The rifles are here, ready to greet them, but Kenny still finds the kill on Pronax.
A nice refrag, and actually Kenny picking up JW as well. Now it's getting a little bit trickier. Flusha, he's got to stay alive, otherwise everyone will rotate back to B. He's going to go and charge a little bit out. Takes a fight with 3 people all at the same time. Flusha now just has to stay alive and wait for death to come, and it's going to be Kiyoshima with a deagle shot right through the panel. Happy hiding in that B bomb site. It's going to stop the bomb from going down. What a plague. And Olaf is going to be dropping next. NBK picking that one up. That was an interesting round. When they lose 2 to Kenny in the middle, it's fine for them to rotate back, but Flusha was way too quick going out there and taking the fight with 3 people all at the same time. That might have been too much.
Yeah, he just got pinned down. But that's, I mean, the masterclasses between Apex and Kenny in the middle there, just managing to bog down that Fnatic push, and then the kill onto JW. Now that puts Fnatic back on eco. The Fnatic were so excited about having won that key buy round where both teams were spending all of their money to get fully equipped with rifles, and now they're right back to pistols themselves. It's tit for tat right now at the beginning of this half, and now, well, the anti-rush nades do go out for Envy. They wanted to try and counter Fnatic if they went for a quick plateau play, but Fnatic, they've got something else in mind. I mean, the bomb is still here on the B side.
They've already taken a bit of damage there. I think there were some early grenades coming out, and they have put their flashbangs and smokes inside, see if they can actually find a way in. Bomb goes down, and I think that's probably the end of any chance for a bomb plant here. As soon as you see that, you're going to be rotating the rest of the troops on in. Happy looking for a shot. It's patient man there. Not going to be getting the kill, sadly. Still decent round here. Envy not losing anybody, and we're going to be at 6-2.
You kind of have to wonder sometimes if that's miscommunication, or if Pronax knew he had the bomb to be running in first like that and just drop it out in the middle of nowhere, give his team 0 chance of actually achieving anything.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just like a mistake. I think maybe he just didn't know that he had the bomb. That's not going to change things here because JW still has his AWP after that eco. Good eco management actually here coming out from Fnatic for them to be able to afford a sniper rifle on top of a good nade count going into this.
The 1 eco round from Envy here is going to change the course of the first half so much. Fnatic, they are needing a way back into this. He's going to get in first kill there. Olofmeister on Happy, who even had the AWP and the angle there, so that's a very, very important opening frag.
That's going to Kiyoshima hopping. JW boosted up on the plateau at the back there, though.
He can look over the
on the
smoke.
balcony, exactly. If Kiyoshima takes the risk and gets out there too far, Wolfmeister right on the edge, and there's the flick shot from Kiyoshima. He realizes JW's up there as well. He gets wallbang down to 6 HP through that box. JW looking to get lucky with the wallbang, but there's 3 players here for Fnatic. It's a 3-on-3, but Kiyoshima has 6 HP, Kenny with 5, and Kyo lands the wallbang on JW that snuffs him.
That's amazing. Almost gets that shot as well, but NBK's going to be there now. It's down to Crims, 1 versus 2, looking for the shot that looked like it should have been a headshot. He almost takes down NBK. If he had a grenade right now, that wasn't a smoke. It would have been beautiful, but he's going to be getting close as well, getting down NBK, and now it's a 1 versus 1, and Kenny's actually hiding inside the smoke right now, trying to see if he can find a way to kill Crims. The bomb is down there, and it's all on Crims. He's the one who's going to have to move, so I think Kenny's playing this correctly right now, just waiting and seeing if he can bait him out. That bomb is dropped, and there's only 20 seconds left. Crims looking for a way in.
They know just how low Crims is. Kenny's actually changing it up. He's got that AK out now. He's going to be working his way out, and Crims hits the shot. Kenny does not get the clutch for Envy, and Fnatic will be winning that round. Even saving the AWP for JW in the end, but that Kenny thinking that Crims had the time to back out makes you wonder exactly what was going on. If Crims was trying to come around from connector, the mind games, but uncharacteristic mistake made by NBK pushing forward so aggressively when he had no HP. I'm really wondering, I guess he was just trying to get the job done himself, but
yeah, probably trying to catch him before he got into a position to put the bomb down. There was, once the bomb's down behind that statue, I guess you never really know what could happen, but 6-3, and the 10th round is coming up here. I still say things are looking pretty good for Envy, especially because they can still buy. The problem always occurs, especially on the CT side, when you have to start ecoing, unless of course you just win that eco round, but more often than not, that's not going to be happening. Kenny holding a bit passive over here with the AWP, but still just enough that they might be walking into it.
Yoshiba's taking a passive angle this time around instead of facing on plateau itself, where he's actually had a bit of a rough time despite his antics with the AWP. He's playing from the site instead, so Envy putting a little bit more focus on drop room right now in case Fnatic try and take control of it, because right now they don't actually have anybody looking dead in. They don't have anybody playing from the room itself. But Fnatic, seeing as how they've had some success actually on plateau, they decide to gear up for the push out onto the B site with 40 seconds left. They have everybody ready to go, and this should be smokes going out as well. They have all the nades necessary.
See them setting up here. 35 seconds is really not a lot of time. If they get bogged down, and especially if the bomb drops somewhere back up on that plateau, you can spend a lot of time trying to pick it up, but they are going to run in for it here. And 25 seconds left. Kiyoshima still playing behind the fountain, and time is being bought. Look at the full rotation. Everybody from Envy has shown up here, and this could be a do or die round for Fnatic. NBK spraying down one, but Apex is returned on it. Kiyoshima going to go down now. Where is that bomb plant? 10 seconds left. JW, he's going to pick up one more, and it's all on Kenny. They see the gun barrel as well. 8 seconds, and there it is. JW practically impaling him with the AWP, and it will be Fnatic picking up the round with 3 members left alive. Very, very close there with the time left, but it does work out.
Ridiculous, right? Just ridiculous. And I mean, Kiyoshima, he just couldn't find the time to shine there. He kept peeking out, and the angles were all off for him. I mean, he did a good job trying to stay alive as long as possible, but he still needs to be picking up one.
And now look at this wonderful stuff here from Envy. 5 deagles. Well, they are pretty good.
Oh, JW just wants to make it easy for him. He's like, yeah, I know you guys aren't buying Kevlar, so you know what?
Oh, there's the return. He even got the first shot. I was like, NBK's just down there, test out, saying, come on, take that shot. You're going to get the first punch in, but here's mine.
You want to test my chin, bro?
Yeah, knockout to JW. All of us get some good spray control off there, and Kiyoshima's going to be gone. But the Deagle is a good pistol, and within that world, Envy are among some of the best.
No, NBK happy in particular. I mean, Thorin, he's going to cherish that jersey like nothing else. It's going to be his pillow cover or something, I swear. All right, but
nice use of Molotovs in the back there, just checking those positions. That was Happy that was there earlier. It's a really good job here. And again, Olofmeister using another Molotov. Really smart play from Fnatic. Just checking everything that they can, and a spray down. Olofmeister taking 4 before he's gone. And Kenny will be left here. Bomb is also down, so smart play, I think, from Fnatic overall. Those Molotovs are a nice way to make sure, because what you really want to do with the Deagle is try and play those corners where you can sort of jiggle peek in and out, take a couple of shots. If you're standing in fire and doing it, it's just a lot less effective.
Yeah, the whole roasting of that thing, burning alive is not very pleasant.
That tends to get you defocused.
Yeah, right. Or to grab your attention pretty quick. I mean, regardless, eco round, 2 kills for, you know, minimal investment on Envy's part. I think they'll be pleased with that, and they still do have the money for the buy here, and a couple of kits to play with as well. And look at this, Apex going for the ultra aggressive smoke right on the edge. Flusha usually playing top of mid, so this is Apex trying to go off of the usual tendency of his opponent over here, but this time Flusha's actually taken over apartments fairly early. And so Envy will fall back, having found nothing, and Olofmeister again just abusing this gap in the smoke.
Yeah, nice play. I mean, I really love what they were doing on the other side in the middle, because that's probably a smoke that from the terrace side looks almost like the regular smoke. You see it and you think, oh, they smoked up middle like they normally do, and then there's actually a guy hiding in the corners. Those are some very small tricks. That's like that's actually how a lot of the metagame evolves over time.
And again, I mean, Fnatic now are going for the fake. I love it. This is what's important about it. These are also the little tricks, the mind games. They're like, ah, yeah, well, you know, we were so successful with the last one. Why wouldn't we just go for an A execute again? Instead, they're just going to speed up towards the A site, and this is where Apex is playing from. He's still here, and he actually hits that first headshot onto Pronax, or rather, onto JW. Pronax comes back, takes out Happy, but this is buying time. He's actually bought so much time, Apex, that the full rotation is coming out, and he gets the double spray. 2 men down for Fnatic. Olofmeister and Flusha getting picked off, and it's all going to be down to Olofmeister in this case, but he's just not good enough this time. 7-5. Envy keeping control of that situation.
So because the rotation time, if you're in the middle towards the drop, is roughly the same to the A-bomb side as the time you get spotted in the middle if someone's up there like Apex was. Like, those 2 lines are almost exactly this. When he sees them there, the people who are in drop are going to start rotating in towards the A-bomb side. So you running up the slope and them coming in from drop is almost the same time. That's why that position is so good. It's exactly like they did in the pistol round. Kenny was up there. You get so much time. They saw that fake coming, and it also helps that Apex drop the triple kill. But either way, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade early on here. JW for Happy. And Kenny sneaking up on the plateau here. And that's also a bit confusing for Fnatic. If they see Kenny, if they get him killed, then what do they know about the Envy setup here? Olofmeister's going down. That was actually Kyoshima taking that kill, and a follow-up shot. Kenny dropping Pronax. Flusha and Crims are going to be left now.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that's also the freedom that Kenny has. Contrary to some teams where they want to have their offers act more like turrets and just fixed on some positions, Kenny, he can go wherever he wants on the map. And so that's just to keep Fnatic guessing. He needs to have that confidence to be able to shift up, and this time it works. Even though he kind of gave it away taking that initial shot, the element of surprise wasn't there. He still gets a kill out of it.
Right, because usually you will have certain players playing certain positions, which is a really good idea. Kenny back here, trying to see if he can actually get a second kill in, and he will do it. Flusha crouching right into it, which is going to leave Crims without the bomb. 1 versus 3 with 30 seconds left. Kind of a hard position to crack here for him.
Especially because Envy don't really have to take any risks. Kenny at the back. He's going to spot him, and then Kyoshima just there instantly to support.
So the downside of having all your players play exactly the same position is as soon as the enemy sees where you are, they're going to know what kind of setup you have. They know, okay, we've killed the guy playing B. That means that defense is going to be a bit weak, and let's move around. But with Kenny, just the other round, he was all the way over at long, playing that aggressive angle with the AWP. Now he's back on the B plateau. If you find Kenny, you might be able to guess a little bit about how the setup is, but you won't know for sure. There's always a chance that he's just, you know, out of his regular position, and that's annoying to Fnatic.
Ooh. Nice nade. Fnatic trying to adjust to make sure that Happy can't go for any cheeky boost this time. They don't want him getting out there too quick, so a little HG damage onto Apex. Happy didn't commit, of course. He saw it coming. But Happy, he goes for the double AWP. This is where Envy can really shine now, Anders. They can get these double ops. It's going to perhaps have an element of surprise here for Fnatic, given that Happy, you know, hasn't really been opping yet on this in this half. It's been Kenny doing the majority of the work, and this time Fnatic are going to go for that A execute. This time they are going to set up, and they have the Molotovs as well.
I'm a bit worried what happens here if Happy misses the shot. I like that MBK's in here now, because otherwise Kyoshima would be very much alone in this corner, but it works out just fine, and MBK's going to be spraying down JW. Kenny goes down. A bit of an expensive round here, but it's not the end of the world. And Flusha, oh, you will take Apex with him. Doesn't have the bomb and can't escape, so good adjustment. MBK on 1 health with the triple at the end. And also Kyoshima with the double kill is going to make it 9-5.
That's what I was wondering, if they were going to succeed in picking up both ops.
Yeah, does end up working out for them here. And for the 15th round, the last of the half, what they have, because they didn't get the bomb plant, that was the thing. If they'd had the bomb plant, it would be all AKs. They just had enough money to go all AKs if they had the bomb. But now instead, it's going to be down to pistols and armor and a lot of grenades, but still... Fnatic 5 or 6 rounds for that matter. I think actually 6 would have been just on the edge. I don't think 5 rounds is enough for the first half here.
No. Although, you know, this has happened to them in the past. They have shown that they have a strong CT side throughout, in this tournament even. It is a bit much considering the caliber of Envy's T side. Envy aren't going to make mistakes.
Olof.
Yeah, he's playing on the edge.
Stop firing that gun, you're triggering Happy.
This is something, though, we haven't really seen. The setup that's going up here for Fnatic in A Apartments, they haven't really been giving too much attention to it so far in this half. And now Apex, he's going to get overwhelmed. 3 guys there to spam Tech 9s at him. Of course, one's going to find his head eventually. But what? Speaking of that, look at that shot from Kenny. Sick reaction and a flick on a JW. All of us goes charging in. Double kill for him, and it's falling apart for Envy.
Wow, Kenny taking one more though, but Crim's is gonna drop him mid-air, trying to jump up on that rooftop, and now it will be all down to Kiyoshima here. He's got the time and the kit, and a smoke as well to try and block off any angles, and that's definitely a very valuable tool. I hope he's gonna try and put it off to one side. So yeah, just trying to get himself out here, or actually fake it out a bit. Crim's the only one with a rifle, and Kiyoshima has a decent chance if they make a couple of mistakes here.
This is the slow play. I mean, yeah, the crossfire is there. They have a rifle on Crims at least. It's not an AK. Pronax now knows where Kiyoshima's playing from. He's going to get peekabooed. But Crims, he is kind of far away. The bomb is planted for him, though, so this shouldn't be an issue. Into the 1v1. And this time, can Crims actually do it again? Yep, easy shot. Removes Kiyoshima. Such a difficult position for Kiyoshima. He had no idea where Crims was hiding. And so that's a very important round, though, for Fnatic. And I mean, they need every T round they can get. 9-6 is a fantastic score for Envy to be finishing this half on.
I mean, so we saw 2 beautiful things that round, obviously. Kenny, there was some vintage Kenny, you know, flick reaction. Olof didn't even touch the ground by the time he hit the first Tech 9 headshot. That must have been disgusting to watch from Envy's point of view. You know, he just comes charging out of there with the goddamn Tech 9.
Oh, so this is how it feels.
Yeah, exactly. Taste of their own medicine, is that what you're implying?
Damn straight. Doctor called, ring, ring. A spoonful. All right, well.
I mean, right now, it's 9-6 favoring Envy, and I've got to say, from their point of view, it's a job well done for the first half, without a doubt. But you are right, Fnatic, they are well known for making pretty big comebacks, so, you know...
That's how they made their bones, right? That's how they, you know, they really established themselves as a world-class team, is on their CT side.
And not to, I mean, it's not even a controversial statement here, but obviously pistol round, I think, is going to be the crucial thing for, especially for Fnatic. I think if Fnatic want to get back in, then that pistol round is going to be their ticket to it. And Envy are notoriously bad at playing pistol rounds.
And Envy lost the last pistol round. This is like playing out a little bit like it was on Mirage, although this time Envy have definitely got a better score coming out of the half. You know, they won the first pistol round, but then they lost the second pistol round to Fnatic. So
I mean, the MO for Envy has always been to lose pistol rounds and then just pick up the following round.
Right.
It's what they do so much, but right now I feel like it'd be safer for them to just you know, train 3 rounds in a row, make it 12-6, and that's a hard comeback for Fnatic.
That's when they earned the moniker LDCZ way back in the day. I mean, a year ago.
You see Khan here looking very focused, right?
Khan always looks focused, though.
He does. Hard-working man.
He is like, you know, pure Swede. You know, not a lot of jokes with Khan.
Well, 16th round is coming up here. It's the second half, second map, first quarterfinals of the day here in Cluj, Napoca, DreamHack major tournament. And we're going to be seeing if Envy can put us onto a third map, or if Fnatic are going to take it 2-0. They did defeat them on Mirage. So right now, Fnatic do have a 1-map lead, and Envy looking to steal that away from them. It is mostly armor on both teams, although Apex and Kenny did have a couple of grenades in there. JW missing the shots for the smoke, and more people are coming. Kenny's gonna take him out. Apex with the shot. Great start here for the terrorist side. Happy chiming in. He wants a little bit of action too. Flusher and Crims are gonna be left, and now just Flusher, and he is miles away. You might as well just walk off here. Nothing to be achieved from this point out.
Yeah, just hold on to your Kevlar, Flusher. You're not going to be able to pull this off 1v5. Envy, they're even out and hunting for him. They don't care about the gear that they've got. They're about to win the round. I mean, there was no real subtlety there, Anders. I mean, it was just a delayed rush out onto Plateau. Everybody hit their shots, and I think that's the main thing, is that JW, he didn't hit the shots on the 2 guys coming out of smoke initially, and he lost that duel on the follow-up man. And that's really where it came back to bite them, Fnatic. Right. If he'd have been able to at least whittle down Envy a little bit before they got onto that bomb site to get the plant, Fnatic might have been able to do something.
I think we also just have to say that if he had hit those shots with the smoke, you know, we would have had to have reported him or something. That would have been so outrageous that I don't even know. I mean, that would have been the worst way to lose a pistol round, but...
Wait, we're not talking about Flusher right now.
see what you did there. 10-6, and that 17th round is coming up. And again, Fnatic with a slightly more careful approach here, not going mad with the pistol armor or anything. They have brought some pistols, but trying to keep that economy a bit more reasonable. It is interesting. It is like a clashing of two styles or two different theories about how the economy works in this game here. And I mean, these two teams are two of the best in the world, so it actually shows that there is room for different ways of playing the game. There isn't like one decidedly this is the best way. So it's a nice matchup.
This is months and months of convincing on Pronex's part to get Fnatic to actually be willing to save in a round like this, in a follow-up round, and not go for the force buy. And so far, it's actually working out pretty well. Turns out HEs do a lot of damage if you eat one. And while Apex is going to find olofmeister, he's actually taking long-range duels with this MP7, but he's the man with the most HP, so he has to kind of try and create some space for his team right now. Kiyoshima, NBK, Kenny, I mean, these are all very dangerous health pools to have going, because Deagle, one shot from Crims is going to end you. Pronax even with a P250. This is still, feasible for Fnatic. And there you go. Kiyoshima is going to be taking out Flusha. So that's one part of the defense taken out now. Pronax and Crims are going to try and close in, see if they can't do some long-range damage. But then Apex with a double spray. That's actually the worst-case scenario. The whole reason why Fnatic would go for the Force with the Kevlar is to mitigate the damage of the SMGs, to slow down that economy-building tool that Apex is using. Because Apex getting 3 kills. 3 kills with that is $1,800 in his pocket. Bonus on top of the win money.
I actually would almost say that if ever there was a team to try and force up against, if you're Fnatic, might just be Envy, because you know they're going to be so greedy with all these SMGs, right? Again, all they have is the 2 AKs here.
But they had 3 AKs initially. It was 2 SMGs, 3 AKs. So Envy actually were also, trying to play against what Fnatic usually do, which is force. So Envy went for a bit of a catch-all approach to this. They didn't fully commit a la YOLO like Nip do with like 4 Mac 10s, right?
I like that though. Happy and Kenny putting the SMGs to work. I mean, you gotta respect Envy for actually making sure the SMGs get all these kills here. Happy picking up another one, looking for Crims, and it will be the triple spray down with that SMG. And that's so much money for Envy here. Not only are they doubling the round score off the Fnatic lineup, they're also having an incredible economy going into this this second half here.
And this is the result of all. I don't understand, Anders. You hard eco twice, but you don't get a kit, not a single kit. And you get helmets. When okay, there's only one guy with an MP7, but I mean, you get helmets when there's AKs. I don't know, Fnatic, I would really love for there to be a kit on your side right now. But they want to prioritize the nades, okay, but still, $400 investment into a kit that could save you a round.
I definitely agree, especially with the helmets as well. This is not a map where there are pretty much no wall bangs on this map, except for a very few ones. Not like Cash or something where you could say you could get wall banged, and maybe that helmet would make a big difference. But yeah, just the one kit, please.
Just one, just a pinch. But well, I mean, as far as the scoreline is concerned right now, 12-6, Envy in the lead. Minute on the clock. Flusha goes for a pop flash to make his way out of that. Play from a more defensible position, falling back onto that site. olofmeister still very close, though. They aren't really in positions to support each other, so this is a little bit dangerous for Fnatic. But the man rotating in is actually going to help things here. Now they have that triangle of doom set up, Fnatic. This is where it could get really interesting.
Olof being very aggressive in the middle. If he actually finds out, he's going to be pop flashed in. That hit 3 people, but now they're all coming for him. It's too many targets. Ends up going down. Flusha hiding in the corner, and they're getting dangerously close. He's got 3 people here, though. A huge presence for Fnatic on this A bomb site. JW finally returning a kill, but right now, Envy just winning all the aim fights, and they are going to take over this site. Crims drops one, but he can't stay alive, and Pronax now going to have to try and clutch it here. He drops the bomb on Apex, and that's a huge kill. 15 seconds. And what is NBK going to do? He's out there, he's picked up the bomb, and he is going to get a chance to get it down. He actually goes and looks for Pronax first. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Now he has to hold it down, and Pronax, is he going to spend this time? No, he's going to wait. And NBK gets the bomb, and that's huge.
Oh, going for the mind games right now. Pronax very clever, breaking that fence so that NBK could hear it. He has to worry a little bit about balcony, but that's not where the play is coming from. NBK is going to be out completely in the open. Pronax expecting him to be holding from the site. That just wasn't the case. NBK this time, 1 step ahead. And NBK, 16-3-9, already a much better scoreline than what he had going on Mirage.
And that, just between those two players at the end, is such a huge mind game. Pronax knows that NBK has to hold down, that he can't fake it, he has to hold it down. But if he charges up, that gives NBK every opportunity. If he isn't holding it down, he'll just walk out and shoot him. So Pronax has to really make up his mind, and he thought he's probably going to try and kill me. So actually, I'll walk back. And if NBK had gone that, he would have lost a round due to time. He would have run out of time, and Pronax would have just been grinning behind that wall and thinking, I saw that coming. He worked out the other way, so that's just a very sort of delicate mind game between two top players.
Two masterminds.
Yeah. Well, Apex is gone already, and that was Olafmeister, who's no stranger to that deagle. Looking for a second one.
For a second there, I was like, oh, Olaf. And now Kiyoshima. He's got another one. He's actually just going to be able to keep control over here. I mean, this is going to be the cross your fingers and pray kind of moment for Fnatic. Or if they can actually have some magic here go their way, like some Swedish team out there. I mean, they need that extra round. That gap with Envy. They don't want Envy to get up to 14 rounds and have such a huge lead, because then Envy are just going to run them over. NBK finds Crims. That was over towards Danger, and now 3 players on the site. I mean, this is the best case scenario for Fnatic. They have all 3 of their players alive on the site, but then the Rifles right now trying to hunt them down, and Kiyoshima, NBK finding the kills. Pronax, he's looking for that extra one, but wow, Kiyoshima is so thorough. Doesn't help him in the end. He still dies, but he does check the angle.
He does check. It was the last bullet as well from Pronax. That's just annoying, isn't it? 14-6, though. There is no denying that Envy did turn up. You did point it out at the beginning, Samuel, that, you know, usually they end up with a bit of a slow start, and then, you know, they come right back swinging the second map, and it's one hell of a performance here. 14-6. You know, I'm just going to point this out as well. You know, Fnatic magic does actually rhyme a bit more. There's like a bit more there, you know. I'm just saying.
I mean, you know, some would say that you know, when Pronax smiles, you know,
that is a magical smile.
Yeah, that is a magical smile.
Agree. Kiyoshima and NBK a little bit tagged up early on here. 21st round rolling in, and Envy 2 rounds away from bringing us onto a third map, which would be Cash. And a map that Envy do play very well, and you know, a lot of people thought maybe Fnatic would have a hard time on. It's going to be a double kill or a double opening here for Envy on that A bomb site, or charging in B bomb site, sorry. And Olafmeister getting a bit of a return here now. 2 versus 3. Kenny and Happy are still left, but no bomb plant, and he's going to miss that shot. Tech9's out. Kenny with a bit of a slip up here, and that's going to leave Happy in a very tricky position, but with a lot of time.
Yeah, still a minute left. He's stepping quite a bit though, and he's just trying to pull a fast one here, but Slusha not going to get caught off guard this time around. Dunks the nade on him. Actually just delays that push there by Happy. Fraction of a second, makes the shot easier. And 14-7, I mean, don't look so concerned, Happy. You still have, you know, 7 rounds separating you.
If Kenny hits that shot, though, it's a 1v1. Even if he goes down, it's a 1v1 between Happy and who else was left, so...
And I wonder if it's... I mean, Kenny's got 19 frags right now, but the last time they were on this map in a major, you know, then, you know, Kenny, it was probably one of the worst performances of his career, so...
Yeah. That was truly awful. You're absolutely right.
This is his chance to kind of bury some demons here.
That was the finals as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, the legendary finals. I mean,
yeah,
the legendary choke, honestly. But Kenny, 19 frags here, and if they close this map, he can finally lay those demons to rest.
Olaf playing around the mid doors has sustained a bit of damage, trying to see if he could wall bang through, but instead got shut down just a little bit. I think that was Apex shooting on the other side. Flusha playing a really aggressive angle over here, trying to see if he can make that work, and he almost got the shot in. Looked like they actually stacked up in front of him, but it was Kenny a little bit quicker, as he usually is. Olafmeister going to get the refrag on Apex there and trying to fall back. And some backup is rotating in here, but right now they don't know what's happening. I'm wondering if Olaf is... Yeah, he's going to try and jump up on that hut to see if he can see down middle. And he's going to actually take the fight with NBK and die, so that information is not quite worth dying for.
No, indeed. Now, well, that leaves Crims, JW, and Pronax in a little bit of an awkward spot. 2 players over on the B side, though. This is the right place to be if you're Fnatic right now. Considering Envy, they are gathered up. All 4 players ready to go crashing onto the site. Perfect flash to start things. NBK not flashed either. They're going to be looking for these kills. JW, though, up close will take out one, but it's an effective trade. Bomb still on the site, and they should be able to get the plant. But that double kill coming in. Crimson, Pronax, they peek out at just the right time. And NBK is now in a 1v2 situation with only 15 seconds left. He can get caught, but he just sticks that bomb. And now he's going to be waiting for Fnatic to come to him. But these are the masters of team play. Envy takes out one, and now he knows where the second man is playing from, but he just doesn't have enough HP. He can't reload in time. And it will be Crims once again clutching out a round for Fnatic, keeping them in this map.
Yeah, it's a long struggle back right now for the Swedish team, and you also have to appreciate that these are not rounds that are winning very convincingly. They're all the time down to 1 or 2 people alive, so if Envy ever do win that 15th round, then they're quickly going to be back in a position where Fnatic are ecoing, and they can just close out this map So a little bit tricky still. AWP on Flusher obviously saving that one, and Envy, that bomb plant does give them a chance to buy again.
Yeah, they will be able to keep that pressure up. This is exactly, well, so long as Envy can buy and even basically afford Tech 9s, they're a threat. So it's not the end of the world here. Envy also taking up, wow, you know, just waiting to see if Fnatic are going to go for a Happy boost, or what we saw Happy repeatedly going for at the beginning. Happy now holding really far back from drop, making sure that he's not going to get caught off guard. Now he commits to the peak. But double setup here for Fnatic. Pronax and Crims both playing, ready and waiting.
Grenade down to soften up that defense a little bit. Still got plenty of time here for Fnatic to make up their minds. And Envy, on the other hand, seems to be bringing the bomb back towards that A side. Because Fnatic aren't playing very aggressively on the A side of the map, they don't really know that this is happening yet. They're going to find out by the time this is executed, and then they need to hit some good shots. And wow, that was it. JW taking down Kyoshima with the max 7. Pronax and Crims, though, are going to be gone, so it's still a fairly even match here. Apex low on health, though, and they're making it onto their site. JW the backlines, he sprays down 2, and it's going to be Happy left now. Not a chance. Well, it gets the 1 kill in sprays, but can't get all of Meister. Too much to handle there. That flick from JW. Right between the smokes.
That was a thing of beauty. That's pure JW, man. And that's why he can play with those shotguns, because if he's up close like that, 1 shot, 1 kill, and he's the master of the Swag 7, and there you go. That's why. Stylish play. I was going to say, you know, this is Apex at his finest. I mean, this is the kind of Apex that they really desperately need, Envy, where he's just going to walk into a situation and get 2 kills, try and carry his team through, but this is starting to get a little scary, Anders. I mean, EnVyUs right now, they might actually have Dust 2 from the last time these two teams faced in a major, flashing before their eyes. The impossible comeback from Fnatic on Dust 2. That was, I mean, that was the thing of nightmares. Happy's still probably waking up screaming at night, you know, with cold sweats.
Yeah, that's a match you have to go back and watch if you haven't seen it. Meister, 3 people right around the corner, and he only sprays down once. A nice peek there, coordination coming in from Envy. Crims going to be falling back in the bomb site, trying to make sure that they won't get on and put that bomb down, which is really crucial here in these rounds. They got to make sure that Envy's economy is as bad as it could possibly be. Flusher, though, missing a shot, and look at this, they're trying to get around. It's once again happening. It's already happened once in this match, and now looks like Envy are about to bring it back with nothing but pistols. It's ridiculous.
How do they do it?
I don't know. If Nip have their magic, and we certainly have theirs in these kinds of rounds. Those eco rounds are just lethal.
Yeah, they're the only team almost at this point that can pull it off like that. They just seem to go up a notch whenever they have the pistols. It's actually like, guys, just drop the rifles. Just stay to Tech 9 every round, because clearly it works.
And here's the problem for Fnatic. They've lost so many people in the last couple of rounds, even though they've won them, that they're down to pistols and not much else. And Flusher going to be walking head on into traffic and gets trucked by Kenny. It's going to be 4 versus 5 here, and the 25th round, I mean, it might be the last that we see for Fnatic. They don't have a lot left, which would bring us on to cash. I can live with that.
I can live with that. I can live with that as well, Andrew. Thank you. You know, that would be, you know, Christmas come early sort of thing, sort of situation. 3 maps from these godlike teams.
We do have 4 best of 3s today, and you know, let's get as much Counter-Strike out of this as we possibly can here. This is a quality match so far.
Oh, what?
Actually landing on Pronax. Oh no, if he had just kicked a bit harder, maybe he'd actually be dead by now. Kyoshima spraying there. Good job on him, and Olofmeister's gone down as well. It's Crims and Pronax left here. 2 versus 3, and bomb is being picked up as well. I don't see any chance for a retake. Crims, he's at least got a rifle here, but he's also the only one with any real health, and Kenny just randomly clicking away. Spots Pronax. Apex gonna get the kill. Second map, gonna go to Envy here at the quarterfinals. 16